Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It is Jen with Homeliness Plans and I am back with another memory spread. For this week I will be planning out the week of March 13th through March 19th utilizing this stunning kit from Sadiesstickers. It is her March 2023 kit. I talked about this in a haul a couple hauls back and I was not shy about how much I freaking loved it. It's seriously so gorgeous. It's in her champagne gold foil and I knew I wanted to use it for St. Patrick's Day. I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but I enjoy utilizing like a green kit for the week. So when I saw the colors in this kit, I was like, oh my gosh, it's perfect. Also side note, if my voice sounds a little weird, my allergies have been all over the place. The weather in Texas can't make up its mind. So this is what we're working with right now. Anyways, yeah, I had so much fun with this kit. Just talking about the base alone, I went to town. I actually got to pull in these little fences from Ink Paper Plan, and in the sidebar I actually pull in one of the windows from Ink Paper Plan too. Total inspiration from Tay of Shantae Plans and Danny with a Planny. They use these windows and like window scenes and window deco pieces all the time, and they execute it so flawlessly and so beautifully. So I was so excited to flex my creative muscles and kind of dip my toes into that like pool and everything. And with the bottom washi as well, I used the smaller strip of the bottom washi, and then I pulled in the floral trim because I did purchase the floral trims add-on for this kit. And I wanted to do that because I wanted to use the little fence deco piece from Ink Paper Plan. I knew that's something I wanted to do. And then to kind of fill it out and everything and give it a little bit more of a zhuzh, because I've been really enjoying zhuzhing up my bottom washi section, I pulled in some like foiled florals from Honey Inked and layered it over the floral trims and just had so much fun. And I love how the bottom washi turned out. Going up to the date cover section, I've been really enjoying pulling in like the date covers from the kits. Like obviously I've said it before, I love doing DIY date covers, but as of late in new kit formats, they've been, shop owners have been sizing down their date covers to where you can actually facilitate utilizing the dates that come with like the date covers that come with the kit, and then adding date cover deco as well. And I had so much fun with that. With Alicia's new format, she adds like mini deco like scenes in her actual kit. And so I pulled in several pieces of those. And then in one of my most recent sticker hauls, I showed a bunch of like samplers, like foiled samplers that I got from the Pretty Pink Co. And I pulled one of the spring samplers in from the Pretty Pink Co. up here, a lot of little deco pieces up here in the date cover section. And I was just obsessed with how the date cover section turned out. I pulled in like pretty much all of the foiled pieces that are up in the date cover section are from that Pretty Pink Co. sampler, and I just had so much fun with it. Okay, so as you can see, I'm decorating up my the window scene here. I had so much fun with that. I pulled in a bunch of the deco pieces that came with the kit, and then there were these little foiled scenes on the foiled sampler from the Pretty Pink Co. And the little foiled scene that I chose was just this little like garden bench and everything. And I had it set against, there was this like little miniature brick wall scene that came with the actual kit. And I just love the way that it looked. It looks like it's a window opening up out to the park. And I thought it was really pretty. And I really enjoyed, playing around with that and utilizing those window scenes. In the bottom portion of my sidebar here, I pulled in a bunch of deco pieces from the journaling add-on because I did pick up the journaling kit that goes, well, actually, no, this is the monthly deco add-on. I picked that up and I had so much fun. This little girl that I pulled into the sidebar here, she's actually a journaling doll that I picked up. I went on Amazon and there was like this bundle of journaling dolls it was like a pack of 100, and I picked it up from Amazon, and I forgot that I had these. They're sitting in like a drawer on my planner desk, just like a bunch of them, and I was like, because I wasn't finding a doll that matched the vibe that I was going for this kit, so I dug through that drawer and I found her, and I was like, oh my gosh, like the watercolor vibe of this girl matches so well, and I felt like it completed the sidebar and everything. I also obviously pulled in some alcohol ink swatches from Rose Colored Days. And honestly, the base of this kit, this spread, is probably one of my favorites. Like, I'm going to be saying that a lot. I've been saying this, but like springtime so far has been my absolute favorite to plan in my planner thus far. I'm just having so much fun, playing around with different layering techniques and styles. And I'm constantly getting inspired by a bunch of the planner girls in the community. And there's always like new things that I see that I'm like, ooh, I want to try that. So anyways, I had a lot of fun. But starting off on Monday, I wanted to mark sleeping in, and I pulled in, this is actually, it's so funny because with Sadiesstickers' new format, you have so much stuff to choose from, like so many boxes and so many layering elements, but I pulled in one of those small boxes that I picked up from Perky's Papery. I'm gonna have to go and pick up so many more sheets because not only does it work in my, that's actually a box that's sized for the HP Mini, but I love the way that it looks. It works as like a mini box in my spread. So I'm going to have to go and pick up more from Perky's Papery. But anyways, I marked sleeping in with that little box from Perky's Papery, layered it with some florals, and then the little trim that I use, that's actually a little bird branch that came from that same sampler from the Pretty Pink Co. And I thought it was so cute. I pulled in so many butterflies. Let me tell you, so many butterflies in this spread. Like I have an abundance of butterflies left over from last year's spring releases from $2 Tuesdays from different shops. And then this year as well, they're re-releasing like butterflies and stuff. And I picked up a whole bunch more from different shops and I went to town. So just expect all of my springtime spreads to be covered in butterflies and me not apologizing for it at all. I marked that I got ready for the day, and to mark that I pulled in some more florals, and then the little makeup icon is from Crafts by Towie. I marked that I had a balloon event at it's a resort that we go to pretty much every spring break. This was the week of spring break here where we live, and so I worked every day. And we go down to this resort during the springtime and also the summertime where I'm there pretty much every weekend. But I was there like every day this week. So to mark that, I pulled in a quarter box from the kit, layered it with some florals. The custom little balloon dog icon is one that my mom made for me. Obviously, I pulled in a bunch of butterflies and dot clusters. I mentioned this in my last plan with me, but I feel like dot clusters are so universal and they're so like seasonless. Like you can pull in a dot cluster any time of the year and it doesn't matter. It's just such a neutral accent. Like it's not necessarily a springtime accent or a summertime accent or winter or fall or anything. You can literally pull in a dot cluster whenever. And that's, I think it's my favorite deco piece, like foiled deco accent, because it does not have a season. You just lay it down whenever. Okay, I marked that I made dinner, and to mark that I pulled in one of the, I don't know what shape box that is, but it is from Sadiesstickers and it is foiled, and I layered it with some florals, and I layered it over top of, there was a piece of like torn paper style, like washi, I don't know what you call it, but it's like torn paper, and it had like a brick wall detailing on it, and I love that. And I layered the box over top of that, and of course I pulled in a bunch of butterfly clusters from like both the Pretty Pink Co. buttercream stickers, and I pulled in some dot clusters as well, and just like any ounce of white space there was, I either filled it with like a dot cluster or butterfly cluster, and I'm not mad about it. Okay, and then the icon that I use is from Crafts by Towie, and then the flourish is from Bloom Paper Studio. And then I marked that I went to the gym, and I love the way I marked that. I pulled in one of those mini lace boxes from Bloom Paper Studio, and I've talked about this a whole bunch. I've got to pick up more because I'm literally almost out, and I know she has full sheets of those mini lace boxes, and I just need to bite the bullet and grab some. But I layered that over a piece of the journaling. I pulled in like that like lined paper box from the journaling page, and I layered it over top of that, pulled in some florals and then some butterfly clusters, and then the icon is from My Dear Stationery. And then to cap off the night, me and my husband watched some TV together, and to mark that, I pulled in just a little Roku remote from My Dear Stationery and then some florals from the kit. Okay, so jumping over to Tuesday, I made the biggest boo-boo. I literally feel like the world's worst aunt on the planet. So my nephew's birthday was actually on the 13th, and I marked it on the 14th. Like, what the heck is wrong with me? I love the way that I marked it too, because Sadiesstickers, Alicia has added these little lace ovals that is decorated with like floral, and I love the way that I marked it. I pulled in one of the layered garlands, the layered droop garlands, and then I added those balloons from Crafts by Towie, and it was to mark my nephew's birthday. But his birthday was on Monday. It was not on Tuesday. And I felt like literally the worst. I mean, it is what it is. His birthday's in my planner now, but it's on the wrong day. So, Evan, I know you're only 9, but I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. Anyways, so I feel really dumb for that, but it is what it is. And I can look at it and kind of like shake my head and laugh. Anyways, I marked that I got ready for the day. Same thing. Like I said, I worked every single day this week. At the resort that I go and work at. So to mark getting ready, I pulled in some more florals. The little makeup compact icon is from My Dear Stationery. Pulled in a bunch more butterflies and dot clusters. And then I marked doing, so I went and I did an event over at the resort, and then afterwards there's a restaurant that's right down the road from the resort that I work at, and it's called Fajita Jack's, and it's this Mexican food restaurant. And my mentor who taught me how to do balloon animals and everything, he's been going in there and like doing, what we'll do is we'll go and we'll make balloon animals and make some tip money and everything. It's really great. It's really fun. And so I marked that I went and did that. And to mark that, I pulled in another box from Perky's Paperie, layered it with that like gingham no, it's not gingham, it's more like checkered. Anyways, it's like a piece of washi that's from the journaling kit, and I layered the box with that. Pulled in some florals, and then of course the custom balloon icon is one that my mom made for me, and I pulled in some more butterflies. I marked that I had some quesadillas from dinner, because when we go and do balloons at these restaurants, they are so kind and they feed us for free. They give us a comped meal, and it's really good. In this Mexican food place, they have like, oh man, their food is so good. They make, like, you can watch them make the tortillas right there. Oh, it's so good. I didn't know how to mark quesadillas, so I pulled in those tacos icon from Crafts by Towie. I know it's not a quesadilla, and I feel kind of bad for putting it down like that, but I didn't know how else to mark it. So I used the tacos icon from Crafts by Towie, and I layered it with some florals from the kit. And then those layered garlands are from Buttercream Stickers. If you guys haven't checked out Buttercream Stickers, she just came out with a whole bunch of new foiled accents, and I am obsessed with them. She's actually a part of the Ultimate Planner sale, which I am so excited for. That's happening on the 14th, and I know I'm going to have to pick up a whole bunch of stuff from her because I'm obsessed. Okay. So I marked Triple J International. And there's like an inside joke, because the crew that I worked on for the feature film that I did makeup for, the director's name is James, the AD, her name is Janessa, and of course my name is Jennifer, and we all became really close on set. Like, we became like really, really, really good friends, and we would always like kind of like meet together and like kind of talk and have little powwows and everything, and we just called ourselves Triple J International. It's like, oh yes, we're very important business people. This is Triple J International. So anytime that we like are like, hey, I miss you guys, let's get on like FaceTime and talk and stuff, we call it a Triple J International meeting. So I had to mark that in my planner, and I marked that with a little foiled box from Sadiesstickers, some florals, and I layered it with another piece from the journaling kit, obviously a bunch of butterfly like foil deco pieces and triple dot deco pieces from Sadiesstickers. And then to cap off the night, I marked that I was up way too late, because we were up really late, like on FaceTime, just chit-chatting, and we lose track of time. And so to mark up late, I layered some florals at the bottom of the column. The icon is from Crafts by Towie, and I layered that over a little swatch that came from the journaling kit. I love the way that looked. I love all the layering that I did in this spread, and I have to give all the credit to Tay. I use a lot of her advice from her Planner 101 video, she talked about like utilizing a journaling kit, a journaling add-on in a weekly spread. And I've really put that into place in a lot of my spreads. And I think that's why I'm loving how my spreads are looking, because I'm thinking outside of the box when it comes to like layering certain pieces in my spreads. And I owe it all to Tay and also to Rachel and Lauren, because I'm constantly learning like new tips and tricks. And sometimes like I'll try something that they'll have done in like a plan with me, and I'm like, oh, that's really pretty. I like the way that turned out for them. And then I'll try it and I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't like, maybe I'm not doing it right or something, but it's like, I love trying new things. So like I encourage, if you see something that, you know, someone that you watch does, give it a try and everything. Don't be afraid. I know there was like a thing a while back where, you know, sharing, you know, copying, quote unquote. And I don't know, in my opinion, it's like if someone sees something, you know, that I do and they want to give it a try, man, that's awesome. That's like the biggest compliment on the planet to me. It's like, wow, I did something that you liked so much that you wanted to try it yourself. And as long as you give the credit where credit is due, I feel like that's, I don't know, imitation is the highest form of flattery, in my opinion. So it's like I always try to give a shout out to everybody who I get inspired from. Like, you know, my sidebar, utilizing that window scene is absolutely an inspiration from Tay and from Danny with a Planny. And I love implementing different tips and tricks that I see from all these like very talented creators. And anyways, I'm getting off my soapbox, but all that to say, a lot of the layering that is in my spreads in this particular Plan With Me, and also like Plan With Me's before, is inspired by a lot of my favorite people. And you guys know who you are. I'm constantly inspired by you guys. So anyways, I completely talked over Wednesday, but I didn't, I did pretty much the same. I will say on Wednesday, my husband did have a show. I always try to mark whenever my husband has a show. It's a little bit weird. Normally his shows are on the weekends, but this was like a random like middle of the week show. So we didn't get to go to IHOP afterwards, which normally we go to IHOP after my husband has a show. Maybe that's why it felt weird, because we didn't go to IHOP, but I did mark that Moshi uploaded, speaking of Lauren, a Plan Mosh Plan, she uploaded a haul on Wednesday, and I watched that, which I love when Lauren uploads a haul because they're always super long, and I can just like watch her talk about stickers, and it's fantastic. I love it so much. And then to cap off the night, I just read and relaxed. I have an app where I read like new books that are, seem interesting to me, and yeah, so anyways, okay, jumping over to Thursday, I marked that I slept in. So this was a day that I got to sleep in. I marked that I picked up an airbrush kit because I had an airbrush event on this day. Something that I love that I did, or that I tried to do in these columns, is make it look like the butterflies were kind of flying their way up the columns every day, which is why I would put single butterflies and then butterfly clusters, and then I would fill in some of the white space with some dot clusters, and I really love the way that looked in my spread. To mark picking up an airbrush kit, I pulled in a toolbox from Crafts by Towie. I talked about this before, but the airbrush kits that we have, they fit in metal toolboxes that you can get from like Harbor Freight and everything. So when you go and pick up the airbrush kit from our boss's office and everything, it's like you're picking up a toolbox. So I always mark like picking up an airbrush kit with a toolbox from Crafts by Towie. That's a really long-winded story, but in case you guys were wondering. Okay, I marked that it was a gloomy, rainy day, and I love the way that I marked it because I pulled in a quarter box from the kit, layered it with some florals, and then I got to use these adorable little rain boots from White Deer Stationery. I've had them in my collection for quite some time, and I love it. I love marking rainy days that way. I think it's so cute. I marked the airbrush event, and I marked it the same way as I marked going to the gym on Monday, with that lace midi box from Bloom Paper Studio, layered it with a swatch box that came with the journaling add-on, a bunch of florals from the kit, some butterfly clusters, and then that airbrush icon is a custom that my mom made for me. She's so sweet. She heard my plight a while back because I was looking for an icon and like the perfect way to mark doing airbrush, and I was like, utilizing makeup icons, and it just wasn't right. And so my mom was so sweet, and she just made me like a whole sheet of airbrush icons. So thank you, Mom. I marked that I did my nails on this night, and I marked that with an icon from Crafts by Towie, layered it with some florals from the kit, some garlands from Buttercream Stickers. And then to cap off the night, I edited a sticker haul. So I marked that with a lace box that came with the kit with some florals, layered it with a swatch that came with the journaling add-on, and then the icon is from White Deer Stationery. Okay, so jumping over the 17th, this was St. Patrick's Day, and I love the way I marked it. I pretty much marked it almost identically to how I marked my nephew's birthday, with the little scalloped oval that came with the kit, pulled in some garlands, and I put some floral clusters up at the top to make it look like the garlands were hanging from it and everything. And I just thought it was really pretty. I pulled in another one of those flourishes from Bloom Paper Studio, and I had a lot of fun doing that. I marked that I was up early on this day because I had an early personal training session, and as always, I marked getting up early with those adorable lashes from White Deer Stationery. It's one of my favorite ways to mark getting up early. I marked that I trained my client. I pulled in a swatch box that came with the kit, layered it with some florals, a bunch of butterfly deco and dot clusters from Sadiesstickers and the Pretty Pink Co. The little yoga mat icon is from Crafts by Towie. Okay, I marked that I had a hair appointment on this day. Several months back, I want to say, back in like October, I dyed my hair back to red. I went kind of coppery, like I want to say a year before that. Like my hair was very coppery, and it was also like, but because my hair was like, I had my hair blonde for so long, like the blonde was like peeking through. So finally I was like, you know what? I'm dyeing my hair red. So I went to like this beautiful like deep burgundy color, and I've been obsessed with that color ever since. So like I went and got my hair touched up on this day. So to mark that, I pulled in some florals from the kit, and the little hair appointment icon is from White Deer Stationery, and then the garlands are from Buttercream Stickers. I marked that I cleaned my kitchen on this day. So to mark that, I pulled in a lace box that came with the kit, layered it with a swatch box that came with the journaling add-on, layered that icon from Crafts by Towie over those florals, and then to cap off the night, I marked that I filmed stuff. Who knows what it was that I filmed, but I definitely filmed stuff. So to mark that, I pulled in some florals, and then the icon is from White Deer Stationery, and then I pulled in some butterfly clusters, and I think those are either from the Pretty Pink Co. or Buttercream Stickers. Something that I have been doing too is I took those dainty dot dividers from the Pretty Pink Co. and I put them at the bottom of each column. This is something that I've seen Lauren of Play Mosh Plan do for so long, and I agree with her. It completes the column. I feel like it makes everything look like just complete and pretty and whatnot. So I've been starting to do that in my spreads, and I do love the way that it looks. Okay, so I marked that on Saturday, I marked getting up early. I pulled in another midi box from Perky's Paperie, layered it with some florals. That adorable little bird branch is from the Pretty Pink Co., and then the icon is from White Deer Stationery. I marked that I had another airbrush event. The resort that we go to is called Margaritaville. It used to be called La Toretta, and then I guess Jimmy Buffett bought it, and it's part of a chain, a franchise now. And I go there during spring break, during summertime. I do airbrush, I do balloons, and yeah, this was spring break in my area, so I was doing airbrush. I marked that me and my husband had a big grocery run on this day, so after I got done with work, we came back and we did our giant grocery run. I've talked about this before, but we go do a big grocery haul like once a month. Get like all the food that we need. Maybe it doesn't make sense to some people, but that's just how me and my husband operate. I don't know. We shop at Aldi and everything, and it cuts our grocery bill like in half and everything. I don't know. It works for us. So to mark that, I pulled in a swatch box that came with the kit, layered it with some florals, a bunch of butterfly deco pieces, and then the icon is from Crafts by Towie. I marked filming a plan with me, and I love the way that I marked it, like all the layering that I did. I pulled in a swatch box that came with the kit, layered it with a lace circle frame that came with the kit, pulled in some florals, a bunch of butterfly deco, like butterfly deco out the wazoo. Whatever a wazoo is, that particular wazoo was just full of butterflies. And I used the filming icon from Crafts by Towie. I marked that I cleaned up the house on this day, so I pulled in. Oh, I didn't notice, but I have the cleaning icon and also the filming icon on the same side of the column, and I don't know how I feel about that. Ooh, not gonna change it now. The cleaning icon is from White Deer Stationery, and then to cap off the night, I just watched some TV with my hubby. Not entirely sure what we were watching. It could have been anything. Who knows? Who knows at this point? But to mark that, I pulled in a swatch box from the kit, some florals. The icon is from Crafts by Towie, and you guessed it, butterfly deco. Okay, jumping over to Sunday, I marked that we slept in. Okay, this is not a good habit that I like, but whenever I've been working like ridiculously hard and like every single day, I am beat by the time Sunday rolls around, and we try and make it to church as often as we possibly can, but because we work so much, I felt so bad. We slept in and we missed church on this day, which I hate doing, but it is what it is. I marked that we slept in, and I marked that with another midi box from Perky's Papery, pulled in some florals from the kit, some more of those bird tree branches from the Pretty Pink Co. The icon is from White Deer Stationery. I marked that I filmed more on this day, so to mark that, I pulled in some florals, some more butterfly deco, and then the icon is from Crafts by Towie. I don't really pull in that camera icon from Crafts by Towie too often, and I don't know why. It's so beautiful, and I love all the details on it. But anyways, I pulled it in here. I marked that we went over to my husband's grandmother's house on this day. I've mentioned this before. We try to go over there every single Sunday to have Sunday lunch with her. To mark that, I pulled in a box from the kit, layered it with some florals, pulled in some garlands from Buttercream Stickers, and then the house icon is from White Deer Stationery. I marked that I bought some stickers on this day. There must have been some really good releases or something, because I marked that I bought some stickers. So to mark that, I pulled in some florals from the kit, and then the icon is from Crafts by Towie, and then I layered it with some butterfly deco, obviously. Okay, so I guess my husband and I have been watching a lot of South Park. It is truly trash TV. It really is. But it's such stupid humor. And it's just, it's so ridiculous that it's stuff that me and my husband laugh at. Anyways, that's what we've been watching. So to mark that, I pulled in a swatch box that came with the kit. The lace midi box is from Bloom Paper Studio. I pulled in way more butterfly cluster deco from the Pretty Pink Co. and also Buttercream Stickers. And then that adorable TV remote is from White Deer Stationery. And then to cap off the night, I just hung out with my husband. That's literally my favorite activity of life, is just hanging out with my husband and watching TV and just being together. So yeah, that is everything. These are the leftovers that I have from this kit. I had so much fun planning this spread and playing around and really just stretching my creative muscles, layering stickers and everything. Like I said, I had tons of inspiration from a bunch of my favorites, and they all know who they are. Thank you guys so much. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jen. I do planner things. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope everybody's staying safe and staying well, and hopefully I will see everybody in my next video. Bye, guys.